Cloud Nothings are an indie rock band from Cleveland, Ohio, in the USA. They were formed in 2009 as a solo project by their frontman Dylan Baldy. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And then turned into a band. They have released 8 studio albums so far. Hi, my name's Dan, and this is a review of the album Cloud Nothings. No, let's get this right. Tick on Memory by Cloud Nothings, of course it is. Released in 2012. It was their second studio album, and it's my first time listening to it. So it's the second album from Cloud Nothings that I've reviewed, in fact, in quite quick succession. I didn't like Here and Nowhere Else, which review is available on my channel. So this album surprised me because I liked it, and I liked it, but I don't think it's much difference to Here and Nowhere Else. But it connected with me, this album. So let's get into some description of it. It's kind of a frantic, thrashy mix of indie rock and post-hardcore. So, in my imagination, and my imagination can be an interesting place, I imagine that post-hardcore is hardcore punk that kind of come of age a bit, and so has mellowed somewhat. And so this album has a kind of fast and slightly out of control feel, like they're barely under control as they're playing, as if they've kind of sped it up to the point where it's not quite under control. And I felt it had a real intensity through the musical performance as a result. Probably strongest on the track Wasted Days, which is quite early on the album. And I would say that effect, for me, seemed to tail on through the album, or tail off through the album, sadly. Or maybe it's just that I was getting used to the feel of it, and so it wasn't having such an impact on me. The track Separation has got some nice discordant guitar on it that I particularly enjoyed as well. The vocals are quite low in the mix. He's got an edge, as if his voice has gone a bit ragged from having done too much singing. Quite a high voice. Nothing special about his voice, but he works in context. There are also times where he seems to be giving vent to some deep feelings in the voice. So again, more so near the start of the album, the intensity overall seems to be front loaded on the album. I didn't really pick up on what the lyrics were about, but the general feeling of disaffectedness and self-loathing seems to come through. There's quite a bit of repetition at times going on, but not in a way that I found problematic. For example, there's a phrase, "I thought I would be more than this," which goes on endlessly in that track, Wasted Days, that I've already mentioned. So I mildly enjoyed it. I thought it has something going for it. So I felt like maybe on this occasion I got it, or maybe it got me, or, whatever the right combination of that is. So not, a huge stellar score, but certainly better than the previous Cloud Nothings album that I reviewed. So that's what I thought of the album. I'd love to know what you think of the album, so please talk to me through the comments. But that's it from me for now.